Hi, welcome to Money Markets and Motivation with Mike. So this is Icarian, our word of the day. Icarian relating to or a characteristic of Icarus, especially in being excessively ambitious. So there we have our word of the day. Move over to our markets. And it was mostly green today as the inflation report came in, I think, better than expected, and they're kind of hoping for a rate cut in September. So that is a story there. Meta was up a little over 3%. And we'll take a look at some of the other ones a little bit later. So let us go over to our crypto exchange. So they're bouncing back after their pullback yesterday. So they're cheering the inflation news as well. Bitcoin was above 120,000, is pulled back a little bit right now. And Ethereum was a little higher as well, but it's pulling back at the moment. So with everything at all-time highs and people predicting big crash in the market, this is something that you may want to think about. If you want to have more information, please contact me. It goes up when the market goes up and does not go down when the market goes down. And this stayed flat when the market went down 54%. And even when it comes up a little bit, you profit in that. So it beats index investing by about 5%, 12.58 to 7.57. So that is the story with that one. Now we're going to go over to our charts. Strategy didn't really move too much on the move with Bitcoin, but here it is. One of the analysts did raise his projection, so he thinks it's going to go up 45% from here. So we'll just have to wait and see if that actually happens. Uh, Here's the NASDAQ. It just keeps hitting on all cylinders, keeps hitting new highs, up 1.26%. The equal weight moves higher, up 1.35%. S&P 500 is up a little over 1%, and it's at the top of its pivot zone. And yes, it has hit another high. The equal weight on the RSP breaks out above all the moving averages, up 1.27%. The small capitalization, Russell 2000, look at that move. That is a strong move indeed, almost up 3% for the day. Breaks into the pivot zone. And the Dow Jones is up 1.06%. So in the sub-index, Jets really took off today, up 7.32%. Right now, we're going to go to VIX. The VIX really sold off strong, got below its 10-day moving average here. So that is the story with the VIX off about 9.5%. Here is our financials. They move up about 0.47% up to 4.29 interest. And the 20-year 20-year gaps up. Amazing, up 1.04% up to 3.59% interest. Here is the financials. Nice move in the financials. KBWB, even a bigger move up of about 2.5%. XLC should be up pretty well with Meta's move today, up 1.91%. Utilities, they sold off and then they bounced back up 0.43%. See what the REITs are doing. They sold off and they tried to bounce back. Biotech got a nice move. The other biotech gets above all of its moving averages. Software bouncing off the 50-day moving average in the pivot zone. Technology is up 1.55%, and last one we'll look at semiconductors gets up to 300. I guess we're going to look at a couple more. Industrials climbs out of the pivot zone here. So consumer staples keeps moving on up. Healthcare gets a little bit of a move, 0.69%. And uranium is up on nearly 2%. Metals and mining is up close to 3%. So that, I think, we may have looked at this one before. This is the materials sector, up 1.3%. So now we are going to move back and see which were the bigger movers today. The WLDN group, I think that was a big mover yesterday as well. No, 2 days ago. And it's up 5.2% today, continues moving higher. Bloom Energy. Look at that nice move up 10% after a pretty powerful move. It already had gone up 25%. SSR Mining up 3.66%. This is just taken off like nobody's business. Earnings are up almost 1,000%. Was 122% earnings surprise. Look at that big blue bar. 10-cent music gaps up and continues higher, up 11.85%. US rare earth. So this is pretty jagged and interesting formation, but it is up 23% today. Insmed of moving up a little over 8%, pretty extended right here. Here is a breakout here at 85.01, and it's up to 122. Life 360 is a breakout right here. 78.42 look like the buy point. It's up 13.3% today on earnings of 153% increase year over year quarter. Lumentum Holdings continues moving on up a little over 4% today. Look at that huge volume. And it continued after hours. I think the earnings have been delivered. We'll just have to wait and see. Liquidia. It just jumps all the way through the profit zone of 13.68%. 2026, they're looking for earnings of 123% increase. Xometry, online manufacturing processes enabling manufactured parts to be sold via xometry.com. It blasted through the pivot zone right over here, had a pullback, people taking their profits, and look at this earnings. Came in at close to 1,000% increase year over year quarter, and it blasts right through the profit zone. Archer Aviation, trying to bounce here. It's been kind of a jagged formation. Pulled up here to 1373 and a strong pullback. Earnings came in at negative 13% year over year quarter. That was a 42% negative earnings surprise. Let's see if what else we got here on our list. SE. This is a Singapore-based company, develops an internet platform consisting of digital entertainment and e-commerce. It goes up 19%. Their earnings came in at 391% increase, and it just blasts into the pivot zone. Couldn't really tell earlier that what was going to happen, but this is the story now. So we're going to take a look at big cap tech stocks. Meta. Meta is up a little over 3%, getting close to the profit zone, up $24 today. Amazon bounces back, bounces off its 50-day moving average. It's only up 0.08%, but it was down below the 50-day moving average for a bit. Apple keeps trending. It's up 1% today. NVIDIA bounces off the 10-day moving average. Microsoft, a nice move, up 1.43%. Tesla holding steady near its big move yesterday, up 0.53%. Nice move from Broadcom today as it powers to the high of its profit zone. AMD recovers, up 1.55%. Google got a nice move above 200. And that is our kind of story. You can see Google, this is a cup with a handle. Usually when these cup come up, the reason for the handle, why is that? That is because people who bought in this area before, they said as soon as it gets back to where we bought, we're going to sell and not risk anymore. And then big investors come in and it continues moving on up. That's what a cup with a handle is. You can see it is in a power trend. 10-day is above the 20-day. The 20-day is above the 50 and the 50 is above the 200. So when the power trend starts, that's when you put your foot in the gas, buy a little bit more so you can take advantage of this power trend move. And this red line right here, this is where you take your losses between 5 and 8%, and take your profit right up here between 20 and 25%. So if you keep your profits at 20 to 25% and your losses 5 to 8%, you should have a profitable investing business. So that is our story on chart analysis for today. And we're going to close with our quote of the day. Right here. Comes to us from Michael Marcus. He's an investor and was profiled in Market Wizards. He says, throughout my financial career, I've continually witnessed examples of other people that I have known being ruined by failure to respect risk. So when you go out there, if you're going to invest, please respect risk. And if you can help anybody learn something new or lift them up out of the trouble that they may be in, please do so. And go out and support your favorite taco truck on Taco Tuesday. Glad you could join us. Have a great day.